Booktube, it's Amy, and I'm back again with a reading from the private papers of a bankrupt bookseller. And I am on page 48 of the book, beginning with a section titled The Bookseller's Cat. And a little bit of a refresh. This is the fictionalized diary of a London bookseller in 1931. It was published originally. So here we go with The Bookseller's Cat. I have written that I am all alone in my shop, but these last months I have had a cat for company. A cat is the ideal literary companion. A wife, I am sure, cannot compare except to her disadvantage. A dog is out of the question. It may do at a butcher's. It would be out of place in a bookseller's. A cat for a bookseller is a different creature temperamentally from the same animal at a fishmonger's or a baker's. In these shops, the cat is a useful animal. I suppose it is employed to eat fish in trails or to keep down rats and mice. But in my shop, its function is that of a familiar. It is at once decorative, contemplative, philosophical, and it begets in me great calm and contentment. My cat has discrimination. On Sundays, it will hardly be believed, she lies on a large, old-fashioned family Bible. This Bible I bought most uncommercially from a woman who had it bequeathed to her. She had no scoffer at sacred things, or one of those who, she was no scoffer at sacred things, or one of those who undervalue the Holy Writ. Her lot was different. She was the survivor of a pious family, and had heired the family Bible of her parents through her eldest brother, and in turn 4 other Bibles no less ponderous than the one I bought from her through the successive deaths of her 2 brothers and 2 sisters. With such a cargo of holy books and a farther blessing of many children, she sought to lighten her load of both by commerce with me. She heard, heaven knows what gossip, about my pliable and simple character from the greengrocer, and it was armed with an introduction from her that she sought me. I bought the heavy tome. It measures 1 foot by 1.5 feet and is, from a bookseller's view, a real book. No bookshelf would hold it. It is made to lie, I imagine, if no lectern had been made for it, on some lace-edged cloth of bygone days, on top of some high and stately chest of drawers. The Bible is described on the title page as the Practical and Devotional Family Bible, and is of Scottish origin. The date is in Roman figures, 1858, and it was printed by William Collins and Company and sold by William Collins, South Hanover Street, Glasgow. It contains the Old and New Testaments, according to the authorized version, and the marginal readings and original and selected parallel references, printed at length, and the commentaries of Henry and Scott, condensed by the Reverend John Macfarlane, LLD, Glasgow. This is a digression, but I went to my front shop and brought the book that I might write down its proper description. The Bible lies on top of a fixture of smaller shelves nearest to my west window, and it catches the sun. This fact, and the softness of its leather binding, may have led the cat to choose it for a resting place. I don't know. But anyway, on many a Sunday, entering my shop in the afternoon to see that all was right, really because I can't leave the blessed place a whole day unvisited, I find my cat curled up on top of this noble book. I am not claiming that my cat is a pious cat, however, though I am perhaps as serious a devotee of its species as the ordinary Egyptians were reputed to be. I admire the cat for its independence. It has no slavish faithfulness like a dog. It does not fawn, and the nearest approach to a manifestation of affection that my cat attains is to rub itself against my leg when I come in with my purchase of liver. I love its languorous grace, then, like the seductive, alluring wiles of some wondrously beautiful, entirely selfish woman that I can imagine but will never know. I can believe that cats were in Egypt considered sacred animals. I read that they were held to be under the special protector of Pashat, a Greek goddess, and that again, they were held to be servants of Diana. They behave today, certainly, as if they owe no allegiance to mortal master or mistress, but either have already pledged their souls away or hold them aloft from all earthly entanglements. I have few books on cats, I find. The reference books tell me how hated cats were in the Middle Ages, and how their association with old women who were believed to be witches brought many to horrible deaths. Indeed, it was part of some medieval procession to imprison a number of cats in a wicker cage and slowly roast the squalling crate of misery over a brazier at the mask as the mask went through the streets. Well, may my cat with its race memories find peace in our time, reclining on the sacred book. There is an excellent book, which I got once specifically for a customer on the cat. It is by Carl van Vechten and is called The Tiger in the House. It is an American book, and I kept it long enough to see that it was a very elaborate compilation of all that was known, imagined, and written about cats. The pictures, some of them anyway, were good, but I have no longer the book by me. Cats have always been favorites with remarkable men, I bow to myself, from Richelieu, who had many of them, always by him, to Dr. Nicola, to me, quite as real a character on whose shoulder a cat always sat. I trained mine to do that at meal times, and it is an entertainment to watch her reach out her paw and detain my hand, fork laden, on its way to my mouth. I rarely can resist a gentle reminder. I like my cat in all the aspects of her mystically obscure personality, but now, at this time, she is almost terrible. She is in the throes of passion, and all my efforts are required to keep her from escaping the shop on some adventurous amor. I play the stern parent and deny her what she hardly knows she is seeking. I seek to compel her contentment, as mine is compelled, by the bookshop we live in, but hers is a straining nature, determined, daring, ready to risk all, and I fear that somehow she will elude me, defeat me, and win her heart's desire on the housetops. And the next section here is a short one, and it's titled Still Life, here on page 51. Why shouldn't it last forever? Here we are, my cat, my books, my fire, and my table and chair after my midday meal on a Sunday afternoon in October. We are all happy. The sun pours a solid bar of gold across the room, and everything is placid, peaceful, still. Why shouldn't it last forever like the figures on Keats' Grecian urn? I could be content with life like this, life that is still life. And we'll leave it there for today. The next section will be titled A Bookseller's Neighbors, which will be in the next video here.